H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Monday. Monday, what's up? I see everybody in the boom boom room today. Let me shout out to my starting five. Let me see who the first 5 people that signed up to it. Do me a favor, if you just signed on, share the show when you walk in the door. Share the show as soon as you come in the door. Let's share the show. I just did it. Let's share the show. Let's shout out to the starting 5 today. Let's shout out to D. Holcomb, Melvin Dews, Kevin Lewis, Mindy Collins, Status Moody. That is Moody. Boy, I can't wait to talk to you. Can't wait to talk to you. We're gonna talk off air. Great job what you're doing. But we'll talk on air. Sixth man of the day. Chris Charles is the 6th man. But guess what? Hey Kim, hey Corey. Let me see who else we got. Hey Tyrone. Hey Rick Brown. Hey Daryl Anderson. Ivan Pettit Jr. Jeff Johnson. Hey, y'all. Speaking of Jeff, I'm glad you're there, Jeff. I'm glad you're there. You stay there, Jeff. Don't you move. But what's going on? Hey, Sonya. Hey, what's up, Jay? Rod Wells is in the building. Karen Roach is in the building. Tamika. Hey, Tamika. Let me see who else. I'm just going through the thing. John Urick, what's up? Shout out to the strength trainer at TCU for getting big. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And not just the strength trainer. The nutritionist who balanced his diet. Because I know you talking about the strength trainer. I don't see too much muscle tone as much. I'm glad you mentioned that, John Uri. I don't see as much muscle tone as I see weight loss. And shout out to Eddie Lampkin. Man, I'm so proud of that kid because it takes a lot to do that, man. Takes a lot to shed. That man almost shedded a whole human being. I got a call from Chris Walker this morning. He told me to put this background on, y'all know. But if he don't come on early enough, I'm going to take the background off. So thank you, Mindy, for reminding me of that. What's up, Jerry? Hey, Nancy, what's going on? How you doing? Don Hall, what's up? Who else? Robert Risen. Robert Risen. Give me another day to talk about that Lewis Hamilton, how he got robbed and cheated. He didn't lose. He got cheated out of that loss. And one of these days, I'll explain that to you. I'm a little emotional about that right now. I'm worse than some of these coaches are. What the hell is wrong with these college coaches? Out here acting crazy, y'all. We got to talk about that. Is the pressure that heavy? I saw a lot of college coaches lose their tempo this weekend. Melvin Dew said, Cowboys in the background. I'm going to listen. Okay. Oh, the background. Okay, got you nauseous. Don't worry about that, man. It's just a game. It's just a game. It's just a Dallas Cowboy. Yeah, 75 pounds. That's almost a whole human. That's another human. So 75 pounds, John Urick. Um, North Shore, back-to-back state football. Man, I'm just so used to North Shore being in the excellence from North Shore, man. It's like saying they're going back to the state championship. Yeah, I mean, it's whole harm to me. I'm on Facebook restriction for 2 more weeks. Facebook censored. What quit talking crazy, Odyssey, on Facebook. That's their platform, and it's not for you. You talking about they trash and they sensitive. Why don't you just try to quit talking crazy? Odyssey, you ain't gonna let nobody come in your house and talk crazy to you. You're not gonna let that happen. So that's Facebook house. So respect the house. That is what Chris Walker. I mean, he's supposed to be coming. He's supposed to be coming. He called me early this morning. Oh, what's up? What's up, Dorian? What's up, Dorian Johnson with Block Vision, Block Media Vision? Dorian, you got to put it up there. A shout out to him this weekend. I call it Block Media Vision. Yeah. But he came out this weekend to Teddy's events, the Stars and Stripes event, and he got this van. This van that looked like a Sprinter van that opens up in the back, and it's screens and stuff on everywhere on each side of the van, and it can advertise your business. They had the players on their pictures and everything. You can put your videos on there. Great business idea from a young man. Great entrepreneur in our midst called Dorian Johnson. Houston, Alabama, goaltending or not. I don't think it was goaltending Kim Jackson. I looked at it over and over again. Kim, matter of fact, Kim, y'all share the show right quick. I'm gonna let y'all take a look at it. I mean, sometimes you just got to take a look at it. I never thought Blocks Media Vision. There you go, Blocks Media Vision. Let me put that on the screen so everybody can see it. Great. They are on Instagram. You got to go check it out, man. I got a chance to hang out with him the other night. Great. You can, let's say your kid. I don't know. Y'all love for your kid to be on stuff. Get him a video, send him a video. Y'all wait a minute. Y'all and he can ride around town playing videos of your son on the side and in the back of the van. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Shout out to Herb. Shout out to North Shore. Kevin Roach and their sons are playing for Windy City Bulls. Okay. All right. Shout out to them playing for the Windy City Bulls. Okay. I called Katie Thompson trash after. Oh, calling Katie Thompson trash after they talking noise. Is that bad? No, that's not bad. But you're on their platform though, Odyssey. Odyssey, I know you're trying to justify it, but Odyssey, they trying to stop all this hate stuff going over these airways. Don't call them trash. Go out to Katie and call them trash. Call them trash to their face. Don't call them trash over social media because you don't own the social media space. Go out to Katie and drive on out there and you call them trash out there. Now, something else might happen to you out there, but guess what? You won't be in Facebook jail. You might be in somebody else's jail. But, we just got to learn how to respect people. I know you want to call people trash, but man, evidently trash is a key word now that they're using to bump people off of Facebook. So I don't know but we shouldn't be letting people block us off. We shouldn't be that belligerent and talking crazy on social media for somebody to even cut us off. Donald Hall said it was a correct call on the floor. Call could go either way. The players chasing out the refs was not cool. Absolutely, Rod Wells. And that was a 50-50 play. What you mean, Jeremy Davis? What you mean by 50-50 play? Great guy and great. Yeah. Oh, you talking about? Okay, you talking about Dorian? Yeah. Donald Hall got to meet Dorian Johnson and the Block Vision Media, the Block uh, 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 Block Media Vision truck the other day. I'm a little tongue tied today. Let me see. Hatter, what about the U of H basketball player that picked up the trash after the game? That was a great gesture. I keep hearing people talking about that was a great gesture. If my teammates knocked it down, all of us, we all run as a team. We all lose as a team. So if my teammates knocked it down, and I'm the only one that had conscious of mind to get it up, I don't. That's just said it, kid. I think, Jeremy, I think we're giving too much to the gesture. I think it's great. I even watch for people who kids in the summer who play a basketball game. I think you're supposed to clean up behind yourself or your team. You follow me, Jeremy? I mean, and you, Jeremy, it's all right for you to think different, but I don't think it's such a great gesture he did. But shout out to I guess if you want to shout out to Jamal Shead for doing that. He was helping his team knock the shit down, so he got it up. All of them should have been out there getting it up, but he was the only one that did it. But so I don't, I don't like to give people credit for something that they're supposed to do, Jeremy. And you might disagree. And some of y'all might, I saw everybody's tweet. Somebody talking about they'll hire him. He don't need you to hire him. He don't need you. There go Melvin Dewes. Shout out to John. But he was supposed to do that. To me, Melvin Dewes, if we win as a team and we lose as a team and everything, and my teammates did it, I'm cleaning after my teammates. He's talking about the kid was raised right. Yeah, well, maybe. So you mean the rest of them wasn't raised right? You follow me? The rest of them wasn't. That's not implied the rest of them wasn't raised right. Yeah, let me show you this instance, y'all. Let me show it to you because some people might not know. Yes, thank you, Marissa. Marissa, I promise you, that's the first time I agree with Marissa. Wow. Oh my goodness, life is getting good. Life is getting good. Okay. All right, let me show you the tantrum. Nothing against U of H, but this happened. This news. Shouldn't have did it. Didn't want nobody to talk about it. So that's what happened. If in case you don't know, let's share the show, y'all. Where everybody is, share the show. In case you don't know, Kim said everybody else talk. I ain't saying he did it for the cameras. No. I'm just saying it was awesome. That I mean, if my teammate had did that, maybe I would have did the same thing. That's all. I mean, so this was shared. He went and did this. No. We always no. This ain't got nothing to listen, Melvin Dewes. You don't understand what I'm saying. Maybe you understand. It's all right for you to go give him a trophy for doing that. Okay? But I'm saying that's what he was supposed to do. You can give him a trophy for that. You can give him a medal for that. Or what you should be saying, coaches pass by and then pick the shit up. That's what you should be saying, and the kid picked it up. But guess what? The kid just showing, hey, man, maybe he's just a neat kid. Don't like trash everywhere. So if that's a big thing to you, it's a big thing to you, then it's okay to be a big thing to you. Just wasn't a big thing to me. I just think that, I didn't go, oh, that's so nice. No. That kid realized, look here, man. My team, we win as a team and we lose as a team. So if my teammates did it, I'm gonna clean it up. I'm my brother's keeper, like somebody said. So if y'all listen, it's okay, y'all. If y'all want to give him a trophy for doing it, it's just that I'm not giving out no trophies for that right now. I'm just not. I'm just not. And but it's okay. That's just me. You know, you know how I do. And you know, you got to do. Somebody said something. Wait a minute. Somebody texted me talking about what's your day? Happy anniversary. Somebody. Hold up, boy. These people, man. These people on this thing. But hey, Melissa. If a player initiate the actions, would he be punished by coaching staff? Of course he would be punished. So why isn't the coaches? Well, coaches are different. Always remember, management is different from everybody else. What's up, Alpha Yo? Her coaches. I don't know why y'all think coaches gonna be. I'm gonna use an example. So, coaches should be held at the same standard as players or as other coaches. Y'all help me out, cause y'all getting a little too sacrilegious for me out here. So you saying coaches? Hey, Chris, coaches should be. Melvin, I said it's okay. Melvin, we don't have Melvin. I'm not agreeing to disagree with you. I don't care what you say. I just gave you an analogy. You can give him a trophy, and I don't have to give him no trophy. That's enough to say. I'll let agree to disagree. The hell out of there with that. Herb, he's still a representative of the university. Yes. Yes. And a leader of young men. A lot of us are leader of young men, and we do other stuff. We do stuff. So nobody's perfect. I'm not finna bash on U of H coach, because I guess what? Well, that's the case. The little guy, what's the little guy? Musselman. Go look up Muscle. Go look up Musselman out there, Eric Musselman. He acted a fool when he lost the game. Arkansas lost the game. Somebody Google that. Nate Oates in the same game. He acted a fool. And look at him at the end of the game. He acted a fool. And let me find him. I know I got him. And look how cool he was at the end of the game. Check this out. Check this out.
Sampson is grabbing the.
I don't agree with Landon Odd One. I don't agree with what Bobby Knight did. He threw a chair across the middle of the game and never lost his job. I didn't agree with that. But he should have got fired for it. I'm just saying, it's just so much the hype, the pressure of these coaches to win. The high is pressure, you know. And the reason I don't make an excuse for coaches, my guy Penny is under more scrutiny, just as much scrutiny as any of these coaches. He got one of the top recruiting class. He lost 4 games in a row. And guess what? He ain't threw a chair across the table. He hadn't followed a coach. And let me tell you something. There were some calls that didn't go his way. He hasn't followed. He hadn't kicked over a bench. He haven't did. So we should, we should hold these coaches responsible. But I'm just telling you that, the coach is going to be judged different from the school. It's just life. That's just the way it is. And until you are one of the administrators or one of the board of regents who sign off and hire these coaches, then ain't nothing we can do about it. We can just have our opinion. If you think coaches should be held accountable, so what should happen to the U of H? What should happen to Kellen Sampson's now? Okay? Because right after that happened, he tweeted that out publicly. He called the AD publicly. He tweeted out a statement and talked about his actions. and everything. So what else? What do you think these coaches? What should happen to the coaches? I didn't like the Rutgers where everybody went over there and charged the referees. Let me tell you something, man. Under no circumstance, to me, nobody should charge a referee at a referee. Under no circumstances. Listen, I'm gonna repeat this. Under no circumstances. The ball was not on the rim. I'm gonna show the video again. Go get your big screen TV. I'm gonna show it again, and it's in slow motion, so you won't set that was the ball on the rim. I'm gonna let you see if the ball on the rim or not. I'm gonna play the video again. Go get your big screen TV. Can't be looking at that little bit ass telephone, at the little phone. I'm gonna let you see it, and you tell me. Hold on. All right. You tell me. Okay. Ball's not on the rim. Ball's not on the rim. Ball's nowhere near to that. Ball below the rim to me when he hit it. I'm gonna show it again. Show it again. They're going back. Watch it again. Watch it from a big screen TV. Okay, the ball going down. The ball, bam. The ball almost below the rim. Y'all, and guess what happened? The ref didn't blow the whistle. So the ref wouldn't blow the whistle. It's not revealed. It's not it's not revealable. So I'm just showing it again. Showing it again so nobody how can you call it goaltending? Not goaltending. I mean, and I wanted U of H to win. But I'm not. That's why I always tell y'all I'm not a fan. Because a fan would have said, man, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. It was a goaltender. He said, Herb said, yeah, that was crazy. That had to lift Sasser off his feet to move him. Hopefully, yeah. Sasser was wrong. Sasser was dead wrong. Dead wrong. Take your little ass. Let them coaches, let them grown folks handle that. Take your little ass back to the dressing room. Sasser was dead wrong. I'm glad you said that, Herb Baker. And other news, okay. Let's go. That's you. Alfio want to talk about the Pancake Factory stuff. He want to talk about Texas. Let me put it on the screen so he can know that somebody has committed to Texas. Because the offensive lineman, I guess, so he'll be part of the Pancake Factory. Okay. Old white man looked like he said, hey, boy, you missed something. I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, that's why I don't know. Honestly, what do you be talking about? Honestly. Coaches, I know it's tough and emotions evolve, but move on and address your team accordingly to the locker room. Got to prepare for the next opponent. Absolutely, Chuck. Chuck, have you ever went crazy on the court? I know some people on here that have been crazy on the court. Have y'all? Yeah. We got some coaches going wild. It's a good block. Yes. Yeah, the time was up. You know what? I think the time was over anyway, Karen Roach, on that shot. It wasn't on the rim, but it was definitely on its decline. Well, I think, but it was below the rim. Away from the rim. It wasn't in the cylinder. Away from the rim. You know? I mean, but guess what? Guess what happened? U of H got their, what's that? Second loss? The second loss? They're still in the top 14, though. Happy Monday. How about them Cowboys? You see, I got the Cowboys. Kenneth Gamble. I was waiting on you and Dale Griggs to get here. I put it. Chris Walker and called me this morning time I put this dang background up here. I want to take it off so bad. So if he don't get here in 4 minutes, I'm taking it off. So at least y'all said, I love U of H staff players, but roll tide. Stop it. Parents think college coaches are God, especially when they, okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Chuck said he ain't never did that. Rest in peace to Dave Campbell. Yes. Texas football legend. Rest in peace to him. What else we got? What else we got? Yeah, we're going to go around the horn, y'all. Kenneth Gamble said, I talked to the staff before they left. This was a really big game for them. They let they go. Okay. That's awesome. Oh, I know it, dude. I saw it, dude. It was an intense game. But the coaches got to be cool. Coaches got to be cool. Crystal Wick says she had a coach throw her towel. Wait a minute. Took her shoe off. Wait a minute. And threw it at the ref. She was right about the call, but her actions were. I'm going to repeat this. Under no circumstances should a ref be threatened. And I ain't never been a ref in my life. But those guys doing a job that Robert Hatter wouldn't dare think about doing. I take my hat off to every guy who put that striped shirt on. That's why I give them so much reverence. I talk stuff to them and stuff like that about. But see, I give them reverence. That's a hard thing. I told you I tried it one time in middle school. You know how the middle school, the ref didn't show up for the middle school. So I had to help, I think one of the coaches referee the game. Let me tell you something. The worst experience in my entire life. One of my worst experiences in my entire life. Robert Hatter refereeing a basketball game. I did not want. Always happy anniversary to Jimmy and Sandra. Oh, okay. Y'all been on Facebook. I ain't been on Facebook this morning. Well, guess what? I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance to get him. I'm gonna give you a chance that y'all can tell him in person. So, in a few minutes, Mr. Anniversary is about to be in the building in just a second. I got to get him right. Got to get putting on his makeup back there. Let me make sure. I got to make sure he got his Dallas Cowboy backdrop. Because if Chris Walker don't come on in 15 minutes, we taking the backdrop off. Because he called me, talking about put the back down. I did not want to put this mess up, but I put it up. But Jimmy, there you go. Happy anniversary, man, to you and my girl Sandra. Please don't forget Dale Griggs talking about just the best background ever, and I'm putting it up because that dude called me this morning. But Jimmy, y'all, hey, do me a favor, y'all keep up with the clock. If Chris Walker is not on this show in 15 minutes, I'm switching to our regular scheduled program. I'm just telling you, he can't call me in the morning and tell me and then just don't show up. We ain't gonna do that. But Jimmy, a great weekend, man. We talked about a lot of stuff. Jimmy, I ain't even had a chance to talk about what I want to talk to because there's so much chatter. On this. They talk about our guys at U of H going after the referees and it's just so much going on. Coaches have got to do right. Keep a cool head. Tom Brady. Look, see, I'm not y'all talking about Tom Brady. I talked about Lewis Hamilton. Jimmy, they cheated my dude. Jimmy, I was about to head to Abu Dhabi, Jimmy. And Jimmy, I'm glad I didn't get over there, Jimmy. You know why? Because they'd have had your boy. What'd you say? Them alphabets would have had your boy locked clean. They'd have had my hands behind my back. Because I'd have been over there talking crazy over there in Abu Dhabi. So, and thank you, Jesus. He saved me. You know how y'all say Jesus take the wheel? Jesus took the wheel. Because I didn't get on no plane and go over there and they cheated my boy like that because I was going to act a fool. So what else going on? What else? Jimmy, so much going on in sports. You've been on a whirlwind trip. Hold up, man. Hold up. You went to one place. Instead of staying out there, I'm coming back home. You bring your little butt back home. Then you go to Utah. Jimmy, one of my favorite places in the world to visit. And you looking at me crazy. Jimmy, I love to ski. Park City, Utah is one of the best ski spots. Jimmy, hold up, Jimmy. It's sentimental. That's where I learned how to ski. Park City. Years ago, I went to the Black Ski Summit. The first time ever, Jimmy, and I learned how to ski. Jimmy, it was y'all remember. I got to tell y'all about this experience, Jimmy. It was the craziest experience. Jimmy, what I love about skiing, wouldn't nobody teach me. Like no. My partner was trying to teach me, but he didn't know how to teach me. He told me, man, you just do this, you do this. I can't do that, right? So guess what I did, y'all? I had on my nice outfit. You know, Nike had sent me an outfit for every day, Jimmy, right? So I put the skis on my shoulder and walked back down the hill, Jimmy, and sitting there. Guess what I found out? Didn't nobody come find me and follow me. Everybody was on the hill skiing. Jimmy, so get what I did. I'm gonna show y'all what I did. I was down there like Alf, you know, like the little lonely kid that everybody that left. Jimmy, I was sitting there. The lady said, I said, what's up? I said, I don't know how to ski. And all my partners gone. She said, baby, don't worry about it. You show sharp as hell. Nike got you looking good. So, Jimmy, guess what I did? I went to one of the pro shops. I went in there and said, man, is there anybody can teach me? I'll pay y'all anything. Well, all the instructors are out on the hill. I said, man, find some. Jimmy, one dude was about to check out and go home. He said, Mr. Hatter, I'll take you. Oh, Jimmy! He took me and showed me the fundamentals. See, my partners and them didn't know how to teach me the fundamentals. So the man showed me, Jimmy. So the next day, I ain't tell nobody. So the next day, they call themselves going on top of the hill, Jimmy, and think they gonna leave me. Oh, boy. I come down that thing, because it don't take what you got to learn. You got to, head up, y'all. Guess what he told me? He told me, he said, Hatter, you got to trust and you got to turn into the mountain. If the scary people just go straight down and keep going, you got to learn how to turn and use the mountain to brake and then turn. That's why people be going, Jimmy, you know, you go straight down, you're going out of control. So he said, you got to commit. He said, you got to commit to the turn. He said, that's why it's so easy to teach kids, because the kids listen to what you say. You grown people like you won't listen. Jimmy, I came down the next day. Everybody was down there. I came down there. He showed me how to do a little trick. You know how you go sideways and some of the snow just go up in the air. Oh, homeboy, I came back the next day. I was mad. So Park City, Utah, where you went to Utah, one of the best places in the world for me to ski. And I know you didn't like the city because I saw it on your face. Welcome back, though. What's going on?
Man, listen to you something. There are certain things that certain people ain't gonna never do in their life, and that's okay. There's a lot of guys that I know to this day, over 50. They ain't never got a liquor license yet.
Man, don't you come on this show with that mess, man.
They ain't never got
Hold up.
license.
Hold up, y'all.
There's some people ain't never got no liquor license.
I'm getting his ass off the screen. No. Stop it, Jimmy.
No.
Stop it.
Now, at the same time, there are some people like me I do things that I know that I'm not going to do ever in life. One, I'm not going to take up the sport of golf. I'm not going to go skiing. Ever. Now, would I go and putt? Yeah. I'm not going to go take up the sport of golf. Never. Not doing it. Not saying that it ain't good for you. Me, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'd rather cut my deals on the court.
Yeah.
If a dude that's getting in business with me don't drink, or he don't act like he want to drink, or he don't like me drinking, then we ain't gonna cut no deal together.
Well, I ain't cut no deal because I ain't drinking.
If your ass was in China and they got a deal on the table that's worth a couple of commas, and they say, here, Mr. Hatter, eat this straight from the ocean. It could be some seasoned squid. If that deal worth enough zeros, you're gonna put some crackers around it and you're gonna or some hot sauce on it.
Zero.
And get what? You're gonna seal that deal.
Zero. Not doing it. But Jimmy, I told you, Jimmy, I love stuff, man. That I just love stuff like that, man. I didn't know I was gonna like skiing until I went and experienced. That man helped me. That dude, he charged me though, Jimmy. He charged the hell out of me. I ain't gonna never forget that. Because I was a private lesson. Most people get in group lessons. He charged me one-on-one. But boy, I come back, and let me tell you something. Park City, he asked about Breckenridge. Breckenridge is my second favorite place. Jimmy, then Vail, Colorado. Jimmy, hold up. You would like to go, you might not ski, but they do more drinking on this on the damn ski trip than any damn thing.
That's I just said. Remember, I said the key word was taking it up, and I know I'm not going to see at my age and at my
don't matter how age you.
My health condition, I cannot afford to take a fall on some
That's a good point. That's a good point. I agree with that.
And at my health condition, I cannot afford to try to take up golf because that means I would have to take up driving. And if I can't afford to take that swing and further mess up my back, that's already messed up.
Oh, no, you can't play no golf. No. Y'all,
so
okay.
Therefore, I would not be taking it up.
I got a question. I ain't never told you to come and take it up, have I?
No. I'm just letting you know. It don't move the needle with me. I can go to Salt Lake City and say, oh, I got to get up in them hills.
See, I've been going crazy.
I'm good. You know what I say?
What?
Where the closest liquor store at? What time they close? Good. Ain't but 3-4 things you can do in Utah anyway. Vernon Maxwell told us that before I went down there. Mad Max, and I thought about him 3-4 times out down there. Say, man. But anyway, it's of course a lot of sports to hit around today. On the back nine, we'll get into the amateur sports. Well, not say amateur, the high school sports. We all went and saw some games this past weekend, and we'll take you guys for a lap at some of the stuff I thought Hatter say he thought he saw a game that was probably the best game that he saw. I saw a game that probably was the best game that I saw. So we're going to get your guys started, and we'll compare. And somebody say they saw videos and stuff, and we're going to dive into that, and it will further prove a narrative and a point and a fact that we've been saying on the Chop Shop for years. Mm-hmm. And that is now, you guys, luckily, you're paying attention now. Beforehand, you wouldn't be paying attention to notice me in the back of the videos or notice me when I'm rooting for the state of Texas. We're going to get into that shortly. But first, let's give a shout out to the Baylor Bears. They're the fourth number one team in the past 4 weeks. So it is a blessing or is it a curse? Remember, there have been 3 consecutive number one teams in men's collegiate basketball. Baylor in the past 3 weeks before today. Baylor makes the 4th. They jumped from number 2 to number 1 because, of course, Purdue lost last week and then needed overtime. And they still only dropped Purdue only 2 slots. But Baylor's number 1, 9-0 on the season after this is totally dismantling. That's why I can't wait on Chris Walker to come, because I want to talk the hell with the Cowboy. I want to talk about his Villanova Wildcats. Baylor Bears put themselves into the Villanova record books. How do I say that? Well, because they became the first team to held Villanova to the lowest output, I think, in modern day history, if not ever. They scored 30-something. What, 36? The previous low was 40. That defense, man, whoo. If you have never watched the Baylor game on TV, you ain't worried about you going there in person, just on TV, and you watching what they call closing out. That means when those guys get the ball on offense and defense guy getting out there to them, hands up, and you're watching these guys, how they're switching and they're switching back and they're communicating. And then on offense, how they're whooping that ball. They run that little wheel on your ass. They put that wheel on your head and the wheel. And next thing you know, whop, there go another guy. I mean, and you watch, more importantly, and you probably have to be there in person to get the whole ambiance of the bench energy. Because the TV only going to show you, they would cut you short on that. Those guys are in total sync. And so that means what happens now is when those when off season comes around and Scott Drew holds a clinic, or Jerome Tang holds a clinic, Coach AB3 holds a clinic, the high school coaches are going to flock in droves because everybody would want to know, what do you do to get your guys to buy in like that? And this ain't a one-year thing. This ain't no one-hitter quitter. Baylor been a little engine that could since 2004. And now they're the locomotive
Let me
running
add
the
something.
wild.
I'm glad you brought that up, Jim. So the reigning national champions, they're 9-0. Okay. They got lopsided victories over Michigan State and Villanova. Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
After losing 4 starters on last year's championship team. Over 2, I forgot to mention, there was 2 top 20 teams lopsided and 2 Hall of Fame coaches they beat. I got a question for y'all. Is Baylor the best program in college basketball? Is it the best team in basketball? I ain't talking about number 1. I'm talking about the best team in basketball. Because a lot of teams has been number 1. But Jimmy, you just said something. If you go back, Jim, I did a little digging. If you go back to the beginning of 2019-20 season, Baylor has the second best record in the sport, only to Gonzaga. Everyone underrated this team in the beginning of the year, Jimmy. A lot of people, they ain't gonna be able to go back. They ain't gonna be able to do this. But
No, add one in there. Don't whisper.
go.
Is LJ gonna play?
Yeah. Jimmy. Yeah. See, I didn't hear none of that. I know it's been said, but I didn't hear none of that. But they ain't gonna be that good. They gonna be. I heard them. They ain't gonna be that good. But here's
what LJ gonna do? They got that boy coming from over there. They got that boy coming from over Arizona. What LJ gonna do?
Lead them in scoring. Hey, Jimmy, lead them in scoring.
You know what? I got one. Teddy Wheeler. No. Rossi. Rossi. We know he didn't play for basketball, but still, that's the perfect BU shirt. The perfect BU shirt. Put the BU somewhere on the back.
I thought he did play for them.
Yeah, he did play for Lowell. You showed did.
I went up there to see him.
It don't even matter if he did or didn't. Yeah. At this point, you're trying to get your merch on his back. Put the BU shirt on, and on the front, put on there what LJ gonna do. What else? And hey, then you get another one. Get another one. And you put what Quentin gonna do. That's Quentin Grimes, set an NBA record. New York Knicks record.
You see what he did last night?
Most threes in a game as a rookie. But we'll talk. We'll
talk about that later. Well, let me finish. Let me give him a little Villanova spiel. Because you mentioned some of these records. 36 points, it was the lowest they have scored in the 21 years.
Under Jay Wright.
Jay Wright, right?
Yeah. I said modern day history. Modern day history.
Hey, they shot 22.2% from the field and 22.2% from the 3-point also, Jimmy. Jim, hold up. You know how they be doing in points per possessions? They were 0.60 points per possession. That was horrendous, Jimmy. Hold up. Check this out. Then the 36 points Villanova scored Sunday ties the record for the fewest points for a top 10 team ever in the shot clock era. Y'all remember the shot clock era? 1984. I'm going to help you so you don't have to go to the 1984. Justin Moore, Jimmy, one of the guys for Villanova, scored 15 points. The other 9 players scored 21 combined. No other body on the team. Jimmy, you always looking at them stats. You talking about looking at the bench. Let me see what they scored. No other person had more than 6 points. But Jimmy, what the hell is wrong with these? We can talk about them, but don't forget what the hell wrong with these coaches going crazy. Nate Oates went crazy. U of H coaches went crazy. Who else? One more. Eric Musselman at Arkansas. Is it that much pressure to win in college basketball where these dudes got to go crazy like this? What the hell? We'll talk about that later. But what else you want? If you want to add anything about, I thought I had to add that with you about Villanova and Baylor, man. Baylor, what his name? What's the dude name? Gillespie. Talking about, I can't wait to get to them because I was hurt.
He said that?
Gillespie. You remember? He was hurt the last time Baylor beat the brakes off. He was sitting up in the stands.
He said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did he say after this one?
Nothing. They
So,
got on that plane,
you know,
got the hell back to Philadelphia.
I got one for you.
Uh-huh.
And I see Freight, and like I said, I love it though, guys. It really does. It makes me feel good when I see you guys pay certain attention to certain details during these games, and especially like in the box scores, and you're looking and seeing on that bench. Because I tell you, you can learn a lot about a program by reading below the starters, below that bench. You will learn a whole lot about a program. For example, in this game was a blowout. It was conveniently over with during the last 4 minutes of the game. Hell, I'm not gonna lie. I had just landed back on the plane about an hour or so prior to. Sandra grabbed me. We go to the restaurant for some Sunday brunch. I had a meeting at the same time, bag still in the airport, and we meet, and I'm watching the game is on, and I'm like, I thought it was the first half. I didn't even pay attention I thought it was the first half. And then when it got to about 4 minutes left, I'm like, wait a minute, this is the end of the game? I'm like, oh, and I thought about, wow, here's my thing. Freight, a good notice, and you notice that Baylor only played 8 players. This was in a 20-point blowout. Back in some days, back in the good old days, the walk-ons and the bench riders, you felt if your team losing by 20 or winning by 20 in the last 2 minutes, you're gonna get in the game. That ain't them days are gone for top shelf programs, I can say. Baylor only played 3 guys off the bench, and this ain't the first. Of course, you would not go. Let's say if Baylor were recruiting your son, and he's in high school right now, they would show you the box score of maybe Arkansas Pine Bluff. That's a 40-point win, maybe a little different. But before them, they played Michigan State, as Hatter just said. In Michigan State, only 3 guys got more than 3 minutes off the bench. Right? That's LJ Cryer. That's the big fellow, Tawana, and Sochan.
Oh yeah, just call him Everyday John.
They call him Everyday
John.
Big John.
Yeah.
Okay, those are the only 3 guys. Okay, against Michigan State, LJ played 26 minutes. Sochan played 18, and the Big John played 25. Yesterday, Sochan played 26, Big John played 24, LJ played 23.
You know, Jimmy, you know what killed me? Some people can put on this thing. If Langston Love hadn't got hurt, you wouldn't be LJ Cryer couldn't be played. I'm glad you said
no, that's not true.
He think he know it all. So the leading scorer on the goddamn team, the leading scorer on the team would be, man, come on, man.
That's not. Let me tell you why it's not true.
Come on, man.
Because Langston Love, everybody knows that Langston Love, if you had to put your right pocket on it, if you're talking about perimeter shooting, and that goes right into what one of the guys they lost from last year. One of them was known for his defense, and the other one was known for the starting guards for Baylor last year. And the other one was known for his ability to not only defend, but he's known for his ability to stretch those defenses with his perimeter shooting. Well, LJ Cryer, who's the all-time leading scorer in Greater Houston basketball history, was known for his scoring. LJ Cryer has never been known before Baylor, known for his ability to lock guys down.
But did you see the game yesterday?
And so that means if you can do one or the other, you will get and or stay on the floor in college, in big time college basketball. If you can score a whole lot, or if you can stop another guy on the team that's your assignment from scoring a lot.
Or you make a deal with your transfer. You make a great deal. You make a good deal that say if he come, he got to play a certain amount of minutes. You can do that. But keep going. I'm just being messy right there, but keep going. Keep going.
And so that's the thing. But anyway, man, great showing in dominating fashion for the Bears yesterday, despite the fact they only shot 25% from 3-point lane. Now, understand, they won by 22 and missed
They couldn't make a
18
shot either.
three-pointers. Let that soak in. They missed 18 threes
Yeah.
in this game yesterday.
Yeah.
But one of the things you look at and you know, they out rebounded Villanova, and it was just it was just great. I'm quite sure if those who went down there, it was an electric atmosphere for the Bears, and you know, props to them at reclaim the number one slot in consecutive. Well, was they ever number one last year?
No, I don't remember that. No,
I mean,
that
don't
wasn't.
count the very end, but I'm just thinking about wasn't
They
Gonzaga?
might have been. They might have been and got beat. Yeah, they might have been.
Okay.
But they
And I
got
know
the
them and
nation's
Gonzaga
longest.
1 and 2.
They got the nation's longest win streak because they.
It's like what, 14?
Yeah,
14
about
right
15,
now?
15 now. 15 now. Yeah.
And so shout out to them, man. That's a good thing. Now, also the AP rankings out, and
Yeah.
we mentioned Baylor at number 1. As far as the Texas-based teams that are in this poll, in case you wondering, Duke is number 2, Purdue number 3, UCLA and Gonzaga is 4 and 5 respectively. Alabama, who held on to a controversial finish over University of Houston, they jump up to the number 6 hole, followed by Kansas, Arizona, and Villanova slides down to number 9.
Wow.
They still in the. They get, despite getting beat like they got beaten. What was Villanova last week?
I don't know.
Now, how about USC and Iowa State? Iowa State and USC are both 10-0. They're unbeaten at this point of the season. How about LSU? Did you realize LSU was undefeated?
Yeah.
Great scheduling. That's all I can say right now. Great scheduling.
What you saying?
Great.
It's just great scheduling.
Did any of them?
Colorado State is 10-0, Jimmy.
Colorado State has about 5 guys from Texas on that roster. Colorado State, they're undefeated and in the top 25. Who else in the top 25? Seton Hall. They was in there a couple of weeks ago. They're still in there. Only 1 loss.
Yeah.
Only 1 loss for Seton Hall. They picked up a good win over University of Texas, and Texas falls down, I think, from 11 to number 17 in the poll. Kentucky is at number 21. Arkansas at 24. Texas Tech at 25. So right now it looks like we have what? Out of 4 teams from Texas.
They drop old Texas up out of there, man. Oh no, Texas still there? Wow.
Yeah, we have Texas Tech at 25, Texas at 17, University of Houston at 14, and of course Baylor at number 1.
We got 4.
We got 4. That ain't enough.
Well, who else supposed to be in there? Who else?
No, I'm just saying somebody's got to get on their winning ways.
Give me who? Give me one. Give me one team that need to win.
Remember, I think early in the season, SMU was in there early in the season, and they fell on out, rightfully so.
What about TCU, who was in town this weekend? Big Eddie Lampkin.
Big Eddie. They played Texas A&M. How did that turn out, Al?
I didn't go to the game. I didn't see it either. But I heard that I think TCU won the game. I think TCU won it. Man, I done forgot about Marvin Williams, man. He went to A&M, and I done forgot about it. He was at Wyoming. I used to hear about him all the time. What the hell?
Marcus. You mean Marcus
Williams. Yeah, Marcus Williams. What did I call it? I meant Marcus Williams.
Marvin.
Okay, Marcus Williams. Marvin. I mean, Marcus. I'm sorry. I mean, I was hearing about him at at Wyoming. But he come out over to A&M, and I don't hear about him as much. Wow.
Well, one thing, Marcus Williams, he had 16 points in that game, and which was for Texas A&M in the 4-point loss, which was the high for A&M, and it was a competitive game. It was a 4-point game. It was a 10 spread at the halftime in favor of TCU, but it is I wasn't there, so some of you guys that were there or maybe have seen it, I wish I would have been there to support Rossi and his efforts. But I got a chance to see him last week at his clothing lunch, and purchased a couple of units. Sandra had one on yesterday when she got me from the airport, and some nice threads with the.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, they so. But I
Also,
mean, how did it go, you guys?
So Kevin Freeman said it's called the SEC. You're in a different time. But he ain't been playing on SEC schedule. Freeman yet, have it?
No, they haven't started
Yeah.
conference
So
play
what
yet.
are you talking about? It's called the SEC.
But Williams has been doing good this year.
Yeah, but I said I haven't. You didn't hear me. I said I haven't been hearing.
But don't you say what happened to him? Don't you say what happened to him?
I haven't been hearing the no. Jimmy, we was talking about this boy down there every time Doug come on here talking about what's happening on Tuesday. But I just hadn't heard his name ringing out there. That's all. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's all.
One thing I do notice from this game is that off the bench, Texas A&M played 6 guys 10 minutes or more off the bench.
Who is?
So 6 players off the bench logged 10 or more minutes. That is very, very rare in a single-digit game.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep paying attention. So what that mean? That means if your baby go to Texas A&M and they come in there playing in front of their Texas, a Texas versus Texas game, your son is likely, even if he's not a starter, could likely get one of those slots, midway through the season. One of them 10-minute slots or whatnot. You got to respect Buzz Williams for that and pay attention to it. So if that means something, and A&M is one of your schools, some teams, once again, we mentioned Baylor played 3. I didn't tell you how many Villanova played yesterday, and they got their ass whooped over 36 points.
They didn't play for 7.
They played 2 guys off the bench.
Okay.
More than 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's it. Think about it. You going to Villanova. You get there. Your team lose by 22 on the road, and you still don't get in. What does that say? If you coaches out there, what does that tell me? What should I think about your players if you won't even let them touch the floor and you up by that amount? I don't know. I'm just saying. What does that mean? No, some people say, understand now. Eligibility, and some players may not touch the floor because they are trying to redshirt them on purpose. So that factors in. I understand that. But if the young man that made his 7 games or so already of playing, for those who's not on part of red shirt, and they don't put you in the game, then what does that say? What does that say? What are they saying in the boom boom room, Al? In the boom, what are they saying?
You know what? I was trying to find something, Jimmy. I was trying to find my boy Jordan Ivy Curry is playing pretty good, Jimmy.
How did he do? They beat Sam Houston State.
I'm looking it up. Thanks to Ken Gamble, I know he know. Wait a minute, what's that university?
So Ken Gamble, can you post your list of the players from Greater Houston in the boom boom room for them to see? That way,
and if you follow me, every time he does it, I like it. So you can go to Twitter if you follow me. So, but he got some interest. I mean, thank you, Ken Gamble, for doing all that, man. Man, I really appreciate that. Cause who did San Antonio? Who did US?
They played Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State.
Oh, they played Sam Houston. That's what I'm.
And you have to think about it. In that game, one of the leaders for UTSA is what's the young fella from Klein Forest that went to University of Houston? Y'all talk. Help me out now. Cedric Alley.
Yes.
Right. So then on the other side of the ball, you had Savion Flagg from Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Think about that. Both of these guys came out of high school. One went to Texas A&M, one went to University of Houston. And I remember like it's yesterday. Talking about credibility. That's guys in Houston that does rankings that said Savion Flagg was one and done. He had just started in the business. And
I
this,
remember that.
one of his claims at the time was just watch and see, quote unquote, Savion Flagg is one and done.
Sam Houston beat them.
Oh, Sam Houston won the game. Okay, I didn't know.
Okay. Unless my eyes was the other day, was it December 11th?
Yeah, the doubleheader.
78. Sam Houston won 78 to 73.
How did Savion do that game?
Savion Flagg, hold on. Savion Flagg. Oh, he had 19 points, 37 minutes.
That's good. Now, 19 and 37. How many shots?
Let me see. Savion, he had 16 shots.
Good. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's a good line.
Yeah.
And you got a W. You got a W out of the deal.
Yeah.
Now, how did the young kid from Duncanville?
What's his name?
The kid from Duncanville. Look on who's the second leading scorer?
Second leading scorer. Some guy named he was a leading scorer. Some guy named DeMarcus Lampley.
The kid from Duncanville is named Damon Nicholas. Did he play
for Sam Houston?
Yeah, Damon Nicholas.
Oh yeah. He scored 4 points, man. 7
I don't
minutes.
know how many minutes, right?
7 minutes.
You're a freshman.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Yeah. Okay. How many did they play off the bench? On the bench. How many minutes? How many got 10 minutes or more?
Oh shit. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Shit. 1, 2, 2, 4. Them are 2 people off the bench get 10 minutes or more.
From Sam Houston State?
Yeah. One guy got 10 and one guy got 13.
Wow. So I mean the starters gobbled up the bulk of their minutes.
Yeah. 30. One guy had 35, one guy had 37. So yeah, that tab.
So yeah. What about UTSA? How did they bench go?
Okay, let's go off their bench. Let's see, 2, 4, 5. Oh, they had 3 guys, 10 or more, off their bench. 3
Who
guys.
they names?
Alu. Wait
okay.
Wait a minute. Make sure. Alu, Phoenix Ford, and Eric Zambell, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Jordan Curry was 34 minutes, baby. 34 of them minutes, baby. He didn't do nothing but rest. They rest them 3 minutes a half. When guys playing 34 minutes, all they doing is resting him. And Curry had 16 points, Jimmy. He had 14 shots, Jimmy.
That's a good line for him. You know, he didn't get the win, but it's still a good showing coming home and playing in front of what about Darius McNeil? What did he do?
Damn, Jimmy. Who we play for?
UTSA.
He ain't on here, Jim.
Is Darius hurt?
His name ain't on here, Jim.
Is Darius McNeil hurt?
I don't know.
Y'all help me out.
Ken Gamble should know. Oh yeah.
Okay.
See, I think
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's who's missing. I was like, hold on. Now, and of course, Kenneth Gamble, if you're on the Facebook feed, guys, he just posted. And what I do is, Kenneth Gamble, I'm quite sure. I hope I have your permission to copy and paste this into the Boom Boom Room.
Look what I did, Jim.
Really? That's over U of H? That's how you feel?
No, I just put his no. Did you see it? I just put his broadcast up there. No, Ken Gamble did that. That's Ken Gamble talking about that U of H stuff. I mean,
no, I'm saying Roll Tide.
That's his avatar. I was just putting his avatar, but it was so big it made it big on the screen.
Oh, I see what you're saying. What you did?
Yeah.
Okay, went over there. I was looking.
That's his. Hell no, I ain't gonna put no Alabama up there.
I'm like, hold on, you can't do it.
Yeah, heck no. It's how much eligibility?
It wouldn't let me copy and paste. It's too many words. That's 750. You only get. I didn't know you get 200 characters on YouTube, so you only get 200 characters.
But I get caught. Jimmy, I can call them names out, Jimmy. It got Nigel Hawk. No, there's too many names. Hell no. Cameron McGusky did good.
Yes.
I'm just call the name Nigel Caesar. I don't know who. Quinn Selinsky. Who else? We got Anderson Kopp. Nigel. I said Nigel. Morris Adizi. Eddie Lampkin. Marcus Williams. Zanzo Sewell. James Madison. I don't know him. Jabari Rice and Zach Inyemi. And Nick Casalas. I remember that name, Jimmy. I know you remember that name.
Yeah.
It's a Hispanic name. Cedric Alley. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a lot of names. It's a lot of names. Yeah. Thank you, Ken.
And of course, somebody asked, Mr. Barnes asked, how much more eligibility does Darius have? Well, he's a senior right now. And so he's a senior. So he would have to graduate and petition because he's already had to sit out a year. Darius McNeil. So he could graduate and petition, but this is his senior season over at UTSA.
Wait a minute, Jimmy, look. He said UTSA won. Didn't I say that?
That's what I thought I saw earlier, but I'm saying.
On their website, oh, they messed it up. They flipped it. Thank you, baby. They flipped it. And Herb Ledee, if your ass you was on this show too, you probably butchered the damn names up too. You probably can pronounce one of them. Talking at.
And we want to, as you go and we go and we talk.
Jimmy, they inverted it. They inverted it. Thank y'all, man. They inverted it on here.
And so as we talk,
so Flag didn't get the win, Jimmy. Flag didn't get the win.
That's what I thought I read. That I thought I had saw that.
They inverted it. Hold on, let me just show y'all how on their website it was messed up. Look, Sam Houston. This on UTSA website. I'm putting their ass on blast. Look at that, 78 to 73.
But they got Sam Houston winning on there
they got Sam Houston. That's yes. They messed it up.
Yeah, they take a screenshot of that, and we're gonna send it to they. I'm gonna send that to me so I can send it to the head coach real quick. I'm gonna send it to coach. I'm gonna send it to coach.
No, I ain't sending you nothing. You're gonna get somebody in trouble. Hell no.
No. Guess what? They need to do their job right. If that was us, the job we don't do their job right.
Jimmy, we can't ain't nobody can fire us. No, Jimmy, don't do them like that, man. You the police.
That won't get somebody fired. That will get them and get their attention and get them reprimanded so they can be able to do their job and concentrate on doing their job more properly. That's what that does. And in the sports information.
Ain't my job to add up the point, Herb. I'm just reading off what here. It ain't my job to add up the point because I don't care. So I'm not going to tell me to add up the point. Yeah, I ain't adding up the point. But when I looked down again, I said, wait a minute. Somebody put it. Thank you. Who was that did it? Somebody on the screen. Somebody said, thank you, Michael Garcia, for letting us know. You probably went to the game. I know I didn't. But that's good. Y'all be so funny on here. I'm going to start checking y'all's ass in a few minutes. But keep going, Jim. What else we got? What's the next topic? It's a lot of stuff been happening out there, though, Jimmy. I saw, what'd you say? Jimmy, I got some in the mailbag right quick. Whenever we get to talking about, we can wait this week. I got a grassroots mailbag. They sent it to our email. I want to share, but we'll do it later. What else you got?
All right, we're getting ready to, of course, Charlotte. We'll dive into the conversation on high school basketball that we saw. But first, want to give a shout out over to Texas Southern University and former women's coach Lacey Reynolds is checking us out. Him and Kevin Allen.
Lacey on there.
the Silver Fox is checking out. You guys make sure if you're in the greater Houston area, or even if you aren't, download the KTSU app, and you can check out Devin Wade, the legendary Ralph Cooper, and Kevin Allen Saturday mornings. I think they start at what, 8:30?
No, not that early.
Or
9:30.
they moved it. Okay, it used to be 8:30 back in the day. 9:30.
9 somewhere
And
in there.
every Saturday morning, and they go through a variety of topics that they cover, some good dialogue, and they take phone calls live on there. That's on 90.9 KTSU in Houston. You guys, once again, you can download that KTSU app, and I strongly encourage you on Friday mornings, right before ain't no chop shop on Friday. On Friday mornings, since you don't have the chop shop, Chatterbox gonna get you wherever you need to be mentally for your midday happy hour. Chatterbox be jamming.
And speaking of TSU,
Jamming.
Jimmy, I love that Darryl Barnes' wife got a degree from TSU this weekend, and Meg Thee Stallion graduated. Somebody said she had already graduated, but she graduated this weekend. Shout out to her. Hugh. And speaking of HBCUs, Hugh Jackson is going to Grambling. But Jimmy, before I go any further,
What you think about that?
we can talk about it, but I can't go another one for because I got to talk about Demaryius Thomas, Jimmy. He passed away this weekend. I'm gonna get this, then we'll talk about it. It's a rough day. It was a rough day for me, Jimmy. One of the best wide receivers of his generation, Demaryius Thomas from the Denver Broncos, superstar, has died at the age of 33 years old. Absolute tragic story. Last week he was just, last Wednesday, we was on the air, I think. He's just 33 years old. He last game he played in is 2019. And here what we know so far. The police got a call last Wednesday night about 7 p.m. It happened in Roswell, Georgia, which is a suburb of Atlanta, where Demaryius was actually born and raised in Atlanta. The cops got there around 7 p.m. They said it was a male under cardiac arrest. They rushed to the scene with the sirens and everything, Jimmy, but he lived in a gated community, so they had to break the gate. They had to, break the gate to get through, to force the gate open. When they got inside, they found him already dead in the shower. His body was in rigor mortis, which means that he has been dead for more than a couple of hours. Unfortunately, there was nothing to be done to save him. The man we just watched, this guy in the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning in 2015. Sad news, Jimmy. Took my breath away when I heard this. He was a Pro Bowler. When you look up his life story, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, look up his life story and the things that happened to him as a kid. He had been through so much that some people just couldn't imagine the stuff that he'd been through. And he came out on top, worked hard to do the right things. So sad. He was, Jimmy, I saw him at the Hall of Fame at the Peyton Manning's party. It's so sad to see one of our young kids taken away so early. And when he got a chance to enjoy life after football, Jimmy, he had been having seizures, Jimmy, and they saying that's probably what happened with the seizures. So shout out to Demaryius Thomas. Got the chance to see him, Jimmy. When I went to the Hall of Fame in August, think about it, it's August, it's December. Just saw the guy, and now he's gone. Before we go any further, I just wanted to talk about that. But sad day for me last week, y'all. So now we can get back to what you asked me about Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson, yeah. Jimmy.
Grambling has a name that has recent NFL
coaching, head coaching.
I mean, how would you say it? I guess weight to it. Mm-hmm. That's a recent NFL. Remember, that was one of the things because people look at Deion Sanders. Everybody's not going to get a coach that is as charismatic and hands-on as Deion. Remember, Deion also had a son walking in there with him. I think two of them, right?
Two of them.
Yeah, one lad, yeah.
Two killers.
The quarterback is a freshman right now.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different degree that he walked in there with.
Yeah.
So now you got Hugh Jackson stand-up guy. So that means now most guys that's coming into college football,
Mhm.
Hugh Jackson still has relationships in the NFL. So if you're trying to get yourself in a position to where a team may take you into the training camp or may want to draft you one of their 7-round picks, then guess what? Now Grambling becomes sexy again for football primarily. So I must definitely add that into the equation. So shout out to Grambling for wasting no time. They didn't extend this thing to, that was the key. How we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The signing date is this coming Wednesday for football. And we got some football. It's Women Rock Wednesday on the Chop Shop. But on that second hour, we got a special treat for you guys because it's signing day. I was going to keep it in the envelope, but I'm going to give it to you today. Because you know what we're going to do? We're going to give you your football fix. How about this? On Wednesday, which is signing day, we have a young man that, the transfer portal is lit up right now. And, of course, the quarterback from Auburn, Nix, he just announced he's leaving. He hadn't put his name in the portal officially.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
Well, until Bo Nix do, and even if he does, right now, according to 24/7 Sports, they have a list of the top quarterbacks that are in the portal. That are right now. They ranked all of the quarterbacks that are in the portal. And how about this one right here, Heather? This one right here. Guess what he did this past season? This includes the Oklahoma quarterback in there. The LSU quarterback is in this portal. All these quarterbacks. This one right here, he threw for 47 touchdowns, 4,648 yards.
That's the incarnate word kid.
And a 65% completion rate. Once again, and he's only a sophomore. He's a sophomore. That means he has to play another year no matter what, his junior year before eligible for the draft. So this young man, he's ranked as the number 1 available quarterback in the United States of America of all Division I's, of all those Power Fives and whatnot. And his name is Cameron Ward. Cam Ward is going to be live on the Chop Shop Wednesday. And you know that's a result of relationships. Make the world go round. His dad is a frequent viewer of the Chop Shop, maybe watching right now. If he'll speak on up, let him see you, Mr. Ward, if you are watching. I don't know if you know. And he watches the Chop Shop. Remember, we announced when this young man, the thing about him is that makes the story so compelling is the fact that Cam Ward had 0 Division I offers. 0. Incarnate Word, which is based in San Antonio. They came and offered him late. Like, we got one for you. He was like, hell. And my thing is, we say all the time on Chop Shop, if that's all you got is one, then you don't really have a choice. He took Incarnate Word. That was a preseason All-American that was on that roster. Preseason All-American quarterback. He was coming out. He was just happy to get a Division I scholarship. It wasn't like my baby gonna go. The dad was happy luck that his son was just going to play college football. At that point, they would have took anything.
Wait a minute, he came on the show before. Didn't he announce something? He came on the show. We talked to him. He didn't announce, but we talked to him, didn't we?
Yes. Talked to him on the Chop Shop. Yeah. And his dad.
Yeah.
And so then he gets that one offer. Guess what happens? In spring training, you know what thing about it? You never know if you're doing what you're supposed to do. Going to class, going to the film study sessions, going to the weight sessions on time, doing your individuals, your tutorials. You don't never know when that guy in front of you is going to miss curfew, do something mischievous, get caught in the wrong car by the wrong person, oversleep, or just fall out of favor. You never know.
Yeah.
When that's going to happen.
It's called next man up, Jimmy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you get discouraged. Everybody want to leave it for. Guess what happened? Cam Ward got a chance to. He was the starting quarterback by the time the first game of the season came around. So initially, this backup quarterback felt like, oh, they just punishing me from I'll be all right next game. He comes out and throws like about 5-6 touchdowns first game. And then the next game he backs it up. 3, 4, 5 more touchdowns. Next thing, and they winning. So then the coach was like, we know you're a preseason All-American, but we can't bench this kid right here. He's the wonder child. He goes and wins the Jerry Rice Award for the most outstanding player at a black player, rookie, that is, freshman. Sorry. And he wins that award. If Cam Ward had those numbers at any of those other schools that you're watching, rewatching in the prominent bowl games, it would be Heisman Trophy hands down. We understand a different caliber of competition. I understand that. And I'm quite sure Mr. Ward does too. That's why he's transferring. There is nothing more. He repeated last year by leading the nation in touchdowns by backing up and throwing 47 more touchdowns this year and over 4,500 yards. Wow, that was hey, happy anniversary, baby. I'm talking about how to put that on there. That's what I'm talking about.
I already got it on there. What you talking about? Put that on
there. Hey, I got my good luck draws on the day, boy. It's going down.
Hey, man, you know what? That's amazing. Down. I remember that young man. So hey, man, that's all. Jimmy, all he did, he went where he had the opportunity. It's all you can ever ask for is the opportunity to play. And guess what? I'm glad I had the opportunity to go. Jimmy, I called you on the phone, said, where you headed? Man, I might go over here, but now, then I realized you had Loopy with you. Then you had to go over there because Loopy had to go see his son. So what I did, y'all, I went over to Rossi's event, went to Stars and Stripes, and saw a game. I'm glad I went and saw the New York team play. Oh, they got some big dudes that's good. They got a big guy that's good. And then I sit there and looked at the clock. I said, man, it's not that far. Let me go. Because I've never been to Stratford, but I knew where it was. I thought it was going to be at Coleman Arena, but I didn't know Stratford had their own.
Same location.
I know, but I didn't know Stratford had their own a gym. I'd never been in it. Yeah. But Jimmy, I walked in that joint, packed. Security guard, the police said, can't nobody get in. Somebody said, y'all know, yeah, you got to let him in. Jimmy, they let me straight through there. I went down there and sit right next to the straights student section. What I do that for? Them kids have so much fun at a basketball game. And then, hold on, Jimmy. I thought straight was bad. Straight was good bad. Stratford, oh my goodness. Jimmy, they topped them. See, straight just had all guys. Stratford got girls and boys over there. And let me tell you something. Thank you so much, Teddy Wheeler. Y'all got to understand, Teddy Wheeler came on this show, and he mentioned a kid. And guess what? Y'all remember, if you go back and get this show, what did I say, Jimmy? I just got to go see him for myself. Let me tell you something. I got a new nephew. Y'all, it's official. I got a new nephew, and his name is Kenu Dawes. I love that little boy. I got that halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy, I got that halftime. Let me show you something. Jimmy, you know how you watch how they do stuff off the court? Mm-hmm. I got that halftime, so they was in. He came out, right? You know how the guys go to the ball rack? Get them a ball and go shoot, at halftime?
Yeah, what'd he do?
He went to the ball rack and got a couple of balls and was giving them to his guy. Then he took his and went on. Most people just go grab a ball and go. He served. He said, here, man. And then he let me tell you something. And then he took off. I said, Jimmy, I'm going to tell you something. And I'm going to be controversial for this. He the best kid I've seen play in high school in Houston. I got to put him up against his potential. Because Jimmy, you look at what he do in high school. I was looking from 6'8", dribble it, pass it, and shoot it on all three levels at 6'8", and I ain't heard of him. I mean, I heard of him briefly. I've been seeing little stuff. But Jimmy, then they told me, I'm sitting next to a guy, he said, Robert, he wasn't as good last year. Robert, he was on the JV. I said, I don't care where he was at. That kid right there, Jimmy, make sure Stratford I don't care if they playing Boogaloo High. I want to go see this kid play again. Shout out to Posey, because I love the way he played. And number 10 for straight two, Jimmy. I didn't get his name. But Akinu Dawes is special to me, Jimmy. I can't wait to see him play again, man. He's one of the best kids I've seen. I mean,
well, of course, in the magazine, we had him open in the preseason as the number 15 among the class of 2023, which is
hold on, let me go get my book. You stay on. Yeah. I'm gonna go get my book.
So you had him at number 23, and the rankings will be updated during the Christmas break. Well, right at the New Year, January the 1st is when we normally put out the winter list, and so you just got to keep pushing. And as you guys, if you haven't had a chance to get you a copy of the magazine, I strongly encourage you to do so. You simply go open up another tab on your screen, go over to rcssports.com, and you will have not only a list of all locations around Greater Houston that have hard copies available for you. You can also see how you can order you one and have it delivered to your doorstep. And if anybody put the order in on Thursday, then those orders won't be filled until today, because it was traveling in and out of town over the weekend. So if anybody that put orders in, I saw some orders that came in on Thursday morning, and but those will be filled, I think, on today. I know for certain. But this, once again, the magazine is really helpful to you guys for more ways than one. Look what you have in here. Look, you see that? These are district schedules, guys. District schedules. And obviously some of them I already have certain games highlighted and marked off for next week. And this is the value of it. That means now you don't have to, you can go online and go to Max Preps if you want to. That's on you. Do that. But then if you got the magazine, you can not only, to check out one game, you can check out them. They're all in alphabetical order. The home team is in the left column. This is a benefit of this. Not to mention that scholarship section, because I'll talk about rankings and write-ups and all this stuff last. The district schedules, the college section, and this free money section. And the thing that's so crazy, we have this is simple. It's not a lot of, it's not, I'm gonna say they're not paying for your whole college, but this is free money. Look, December the 15th is coming up. Burger King is giving out $4,000, right? Let me see the criteria. You must be living in the United States, Canada, or Puerto Rico. You must be graduating from a graduating high school senior. You must have a cumulative high school GPA of 2.5 or higher on a 4.0 scale. You must plan to enroll full-time without interruption for the entire academic year at an accredited 2 or 4 year college, university, or even a vocational technical school. This $4,000. And all you have to do is just go and you got the deadline. They got the website to go to. These are different scholarships that's available. If you know a 12th grader, all they have to do is apply. I'm telling you, a lot of money from corporate, because the employees of those corporations and their relatives are ineligible to get this money. Otherwise, it would have been ate up already. So guess what they do? Someone might go tell their next door neighbor, but they still got this money for you. Get your copy of the magazine, guys. Now, meanwhile, we're gonna ask you guys to share the show with your timelines, to your groups, to your pages at this time. Share the show. And to your time, I'm reading the comments. Yeah, you say Boogaloo State. Yeah, it is a Tougaloo. But that's two
Boogaloo State.
Boogaloo is our fictitious
Yeah.
college, as we use Big Pookie. That's some of the Chop Shop vernacular that we use on the show. For those that have been watching us for a long time, we certain things we say, it'll come. It has to grow on you. Now,
and the reason I say that, because I'm just saying a no-name high school. And like I said, a man can play anybody. I just want to see him play one more time. He was enjoyable to watch. Young man was enjoyable to watch. And Jimmy, and I look at him, right? Then I saw how big his hands were, right? Then I look. See, y'all understand, I'm not talking about right now. I don't care where you rank that right now. But if everything goes right, and this guy, let's say if everything goes right for him, he can play and go make some money playing this game. I can't say that about everybody. I know some people, if everything goes right, still ain't gonna happen for him. But if everything goes right with this kid, he's gonna be able. I did not know we had a kid that looked like that plays like that in this city. I did not know it. And I don't know what he did this summer. I don't care what he did this summer.
It doesn't matter what he did this summer. Certain guys get, and that's the whole thing. Some people get better, some get better, and some don't. So whatever he did this summer, it doesn't. We talking about what he is right now.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, Jace Posey. That's the son of James Posey, former NBA player and world champion. His son is at Strake Jesuit. He's in 11th grade. And so is Keanu. He's an 11th grader. So he has another whole year left and another summer left. So it's good. And guess what? Both of those young men are ranked among the top 15 in that 2023 class. So that was a great head-to-head battle. And a measuring stick. And so for those who were there, definitely know how. What was the? You have any of the lines?
I didn't ask the lady, man. I thought you were gonna get it. I was gonna get it for you. I was gonna get it from you. I just saw who the best player was in the building by far. That's the first time I've seen Posey play with his team. That was the best player in the building by far was Kenu Dawes. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. That particular day wasn't even close at all. I like Posey, but this kid here just can do so. Jimmy passing that thing off the dribble, kicking it down. I'm saying, what the hell is this? I mean, so yeah, he was unique that day, y'all. I don't know. Maybe he knew he had to play against Posey. You follow me?
And guess what? That's motivation.
Yes, I don't know because I don't know the kid yet.
That's motivation. And the thing is, Posey in the magazine is ranked number 11. Keanu is ranked number 15.
In the same range.
They're in the same range.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, guess what? As and one of them may swap seats, or one of them may one of them may jump in the seat ahead above him. Yeah. But they're in the right as so you can see that the range.
Yeah, the range is perfect.
The range right.
Range
is more important right now.
Yeah.
Than the rank until they in the 12th grade at the end of the 12th grade year. Midway through your 12th grade season, that's when the rank is more proper.
Right.
Right now, getting you in the right range. Meaning that if you're a Division I prospect, then you should be listed in the midst. Put it like this. If there's 3 Division I prospects right below you, and there's 3 right above you, the schools that are recruiting those 3 above you and those 3 below you, is your recruitment above or beyond either? That's the thing. That's the range. I don't mean you're supposed to be right in the middle. No. Put it like this. If you have multiple Division I offers, that's committable offers, and there's no players listed ranked below you with Division I offers, but there's 3, 4, 5 immediately in front of you with no offers. That means it's all likelihood you are ranked below your range right now. You need to be moved up a little bit, bumped up to your range.
Mm-hmm.
Committable offers. See, it used to be before this game got messed up, Hatter, that people had enough integrity. If they didn't have an offer, they wouldn't even try to force it. They would just let it be. But then people found a way, a loophole, to sneak backstage on this stuff. And what they would do is families, parents, people of influence, not saying one or the other, but the list includes and not limited to either one of them I just named. What they would do, they would go and started contacting college coaches with whom they had some type of relationship with, or somebody would contact that college coach, and that person would call in a favor. Man, I looked out, and guess what? And it's almost like to a college coach, it's almost like they're being held hostage. They're being extorted. That's what it feels. That's the closest thing to extortion without money being involved. And the college coach would do them a favor, extend the offer, knowing that the kid would not and could not commit to that school. They would use that offer as bait to the next school, because then they would put it out on social media. And then understand something, guys. There's a rule that's in place per the NCAA that a college coach may not publicly make a comment or a statement about a prospect until he has signed. So if you say, I'm committed to Boogaloo State, then the coaching staff have their hands are cuffed behind their back, and they know you lying. They can't go publicly and say, we haven't not offered. No, we ain't offered him. They can say him, but they can't say we haven't offered John Doe, a little Junebug Harris. They can't say that. They can't mention his name.
So anybody can go out and just say
yes.
They got a damn offer.
That's the hard part. And the coaches know it, so it means that some people are crying for the NCAA to relax, to modify that rule, because you can lie on them all day long as though they offered, and they can't publicly come back
and refuse it.
For many schools, Hatter, it's a PR nightmare. Here's what. First of all, you're embarrassing the hell out of that kid. So when if a coach wants to do that, you embarrass that kid. And what's more hurt than think about it, a hurt kid yields a hurt parent or a hurt grown-up, a person of influence. So now they're going to say, man, why you got to embarrass my kid like that, in their minds? Oh, we're going to get you. If you're the handler of that kid, you know what happens? They're never letting you come and recruit any of their players from that program.
Right.
See, it's how the nightmare comes in.
Right.
All because you tried to correct an error, and they had no business doing it in the first place. So a lot of coaches, they know better. They are not dummies. That's why a lot of the college coaches, they just see it and keep on moving. And they keep on moving.
Jimmy, did you see that one? I know you're looking at the screen.
No, I'm looking now. Which one?
This Bishop. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you.
Okay.
Take that off.
He says, so would you say that in the ranking number 1 through 15 of major division 1, 16 to 30? No. Heck no. 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 I'm glad you asked that question. I'm so glad you asked that question. No. No. And you know what? Remember I told you, when you look at the 12th graders, that's the closest thing that you're going to see to getting that range right. So I encourage you, if you have a magazine, go to the seniors. That ain't all the way there, but it's the closest thing you're going to get to having that range right. Meaning that
You're talking about senior year.
yeah, that 12th grade, whoever the 12th grade class is, if you pick up a magazine, because that wouldn't be the case for underclassmen. No. And it's going to vary. It has a bell curve that sets itself based on the amount of major Division Ones. We don't know how many major Division Ones we normally would have until the spring, going into their senior year.
Right.
So remember, I don't do projectories. And let me tell you why. Or one reason they can come back. Let's say if you have 5 bona fide high majors and another 4 guys that are on the bubble of being a high major. They got high majors flirting with them. None of them have offered yet. But all those latter 4 decides to join the grassroots team that those other 5 play on and make a power team. Right? So in the midst of this playing grassroots basketball, they're all on the same team. Those other 4 coming off the bench, they're reserves. And out of those reserves, you know how this stuff goes. Normally, that rotation is going to, 2 of those 4 are going to play a little more. And the last 2 is going to be, they're going to be afterthoughts. Well, those high majors now are going to, in their minds, would say, well, hell, if he can't play on that team, then he must not be as good as they say he is. Because I need to see him against compatible Division I prospects. So that means now that kid have to make a decision. Stay, get you a good bag of pretty tennis shoes every other week, or get your ass out there on a team where you can play and showcase your talents. And those are decisions that parents and kids are faced with every doggone week of the grassroots season. Because you know what? Somebody going to be number 8. Somebody going to be number 9. Somebody going to be number 10. Lord, lo and behold, if you're number 10 on any team and you think you're a major Division I player, that team best to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country. It best to be that. And that's the thing. So the range of it, like I said, I'm glad you asked, Mr. Bishop, but it sets itself by the bar. And I'm, like I said, for those that have a copy of the magazine, I thank you guys for being able to help yourselves with this intel. But as it stands in this class, in our senior class of 2022, high majors, we're talking about, we just use the newfound term, the power 5s or the power 7s when it comes to basketball. Power 5 is actually a football term. In basketball, it's 2 more conferences that are added into that equation. And I think that's the all the American Conference that includes University of Houston, Memphis, and those guys. And I want to say the Atlantic 10 is the other one. And that's the power 7. So from this city, this area, Terrence Arsenault is going to U of H. Check him out. That's 1 hatter.
Okay.
PJ Haggerty going to TCU. Mm-hmm. That's 2 hatter. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting on you to tell me the next one.
Hold on.
Well, I'm sorry. We got one more. Okay. Jordan Williams just committed to Texas A&M last week from out of Second Baptist. He's been injured since the summer. He hadn't played this year.
And you talking about the power 7?
Yeah, that's part of the power 7. So that's 3. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Who else?
Nobody.
Now, a year ago, if I would have asked you how many of those guys in the top 25 thought they was going to high majors, what would be your over and under, you think, a year ago in 11th grade?
I don't make Jimmy. I don't know how to make these comparisons.
I know. I'm just saying. If I would have just came out and projected and say top 25 players right now,
how many gonna go?
Ain't no more than 3 of y'all
Going
to a Power 7 conference. Let's say 5 of y'all. I would have said no more than 5 of y'all. Because at that time, you had a Bryce Griggs and you had Amari Abram in the equation.
That's right. So we had 2 more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So So if I was to proclaim and declare that on my proclamation a year ago, you know what the city would have called me? What y'all would have been saying about me?
If you declared what?
That it wouldn't be no more than 5 next year.
You were
of all
hating.
those teams.
No, you
what
hating.
They be calling me?
You hating.
And I'm a hater. And what else? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a baseball player.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what would have said. See, that's the PR nightmare of this stuff.
Yeah.
And as I say all the time, if you're paying attention, then you don't need me to tell you how many going to high majors.
Dude, of all the examples, I hope people got that. I'm going to go back and snip that out. I hope y'all got that, what he just said. Now y'all understand. Bryce is played Panther Network. Bryce plays with overtime. Jimmy, a friend of mine went to overtime. He came back and gave me a glow. He said that facility is top notch. Jimmy, they said that facility like a pro facility. But somebody just asked about Bryce. But Jimmy, you just gave an example. If last year you had said all of these guys and all you said ain't but 5 of those guys going, people would have looked at you like you were crazy.
Oh man, would they? Absolutely.
So,
and that's
but see, people don't understand, Jimmy. What it does is attested to me how hard it is to be in these Power 5 conferences. So don't be sitting up here thinking, Lil Johnny. Listen, Lil Johnny got to be creme de la creme. He got to be the red. Terrence Arsenal is the red ant. Who else on there, Jimmy? Jordan Williams he proved this summer he was a red ant. Who was the other one, Jimmy? You got one more. PJ Haggerty, he's a unit. He's a red ant. So
and we lost. We left off one by accident, and of course, Frank White, Chance White, who made his announcement on the Chop Shop. He was committed to East Carolina, but he did not. He ended up going to Louisiana, so that's not the Power 7 we're talking about. But we're gonna give him credit, give you acknowledgement. But he doesn't count on this list because you be committed.
What's the name of school he committed to? That's not a Power 5. They not in the
Atlantic 10. No.
So he wouldn't be on the list. No way.
He's not on the list. No. East Carolina is. They're in the conference with U of H.
Oh, East Carolina. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. East Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
okay.
and somebody understand. We left off Chooks. Big fella named Charles Chuckle. He's going to Tulsa, so that's in that conference. So that's 4.
Okay.
Plus, Amari counts towards us. He hasn't committed to his new school. When he was committed to Texas A&M, and he's going to commit to a Power 7 school. I can guarantee you that, unless he decides to say to hell with it, I'm gonna go and take this overtime money, because they are probably going to throw a bag his way.
Amari?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless he does, somebody gonna take that bread. Strength in numbers.
Yeah.
They can't get much worse than the talent that they have assembled right now.
Mm-hmm.
You see them coming from?
Right.
So now you have it on that. So now back to somebody asked the question, which is a good question. It was in regards to, I guess, a year ago. What is this? Because we count Amari. He was on our watch. He committed before he left here, and he California borrowed him. Mm-hmm. Bryce Griggs is an asterisk because he didn't go through the college recruiting commitment process. But he's an asterisk. He doesn't count to the number, but we know that he would have made that number.
Absolutely.
So he don't count to the number. We don't know. I ain't gonna count Bryce Griggs. But he's gonna let you know that he exists. Yeah. And he's at the bottom of the list. When you're in the list, he goes with an asterisk down there. Don't forget, that's another, But I think Angel asked, is 3 low or more the average? How does it compare to the last few years? I love that question.
Good question.
Because here's the thing. We get it now. We go into and here's what go into a different category, a different topic, to whereas a lot of people know that when they get to that Dallas versus Houston, Dallas, I tip my brim. They are kicking our butt in power sevens in basketball over the past few years, but we are kicking their butt in the amount of total Division I players. So whichever is most important to you. If having the most is having quantity or having quality. Because at the end of the day, I hear all these coaches, grassroots coaches, and be careful before you answer this question publicly. Because I hear you all the time. Whenever, especially after a loss, Hatter. Man, I ain't worried about that loss. All I care about is getting kids in college. Well, if that's all you care about, you're not saying all I care about is making a McDonald All-American. All I care about is getting a future pro. All I care about is getting a guy in the Power 7. You're saying all you care about is getting kids in college. If that be the case, then you need to sit this one out. Sit it all the way out. Because I'm going to tell you, it feels good to get those high major kids out there. But at the end of the day, I go to that college section, and when you're looking at Kenneth Gamble putting out his list every day of the top performers, I want you to start looking at how many of them are from Power 7s versus not. It's more not from Power 7s listed. And guess what? That list looks perfectly good, and it looks good and deep. It's getting deeper and deeper every day for performances. So last year, to get to your question, in the class of 2021, our high major, I don't want to use that word, our Power 7s signees, we had Ramon Walker at U of H, who was taking a red shirt this season. Tyrone Baker, I think he's taking a red shirt at Georgia this season. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So I didn't see him in multiple box scores. So I'm assuming that normally when that happens, the schools, like Chris Walker say, they red shirt you. Many at high stakes basketball programs, red shirt the ones whom they like. So that's 2. Who's the third one, Adam? Ashton Smith, Texas A&M. Red shirt. I'm assuming. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Right? Other than that, we're reaching. I'm looking at the list, Adam. We're reaching. That's 3. That's 3. So you got 4 this year. Well, technically 5 when you count Amari. So we got 5 this year. 3 last year. So what really sets this range is when I reach back and go to class of 2020. Tremont Mark, that's 1. LJ Cryer, that's 2, right? Marcus Williams went to Wyoming. That's 3, right? Jahari Long, Seton Hall, that's 4. I think the Big East might be the 7th conference.
Yeah, Big East, not
the Atlantic 10.
Big East.
The Big East might be that 7th conference.
Yeah.
So let me start back over on this 2020 class. Keep the count of them, Hatter. Tremont Mark,
Okay.
L.J. Crowder Baylor,
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Williams, Wyoming,
Mm-hmm.
Jahari Long to Seton Hall,
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Lampkin to TCU,
Mm-hmm.
Hayden Hefner to Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first recruit that Buzz signed from out of this area. Got commitment from, I mean. And I'm reaching now, guys. I'm reaching. That's it. How many is that? 6 or 5?
Six.
So we have a 6, 3, then a 5. So you see the range could be anywhere from 3 to 6 in the last 3 years. And you want to see more, you go to rcssports.com. Look at the top where it says rankings. You have the drop box come down, pick your year, and you can see those names and those schools and those the last final rankings from those respective classes yourself. And we forgot one, how to add another one to 2021. Another one to 2021. How many we have in 2021? We said 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll add up, make a 4th one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all, Kenna Gamble, JVR Francis at University of Houston. And JVR is not redshirting this year.
Are you not?
I don't think right now he's gonna be. He's at the limit right for how many games he's played. I don't know. I have it in front of me.
I ain't never
But
seen him play.
Yeah, they played him in a couple of games. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. And I'm reading some of the comments right now. You guys get it, and you see how hard this stuff is. And you know what happens? True story. So I'm sitting there watching the game in Utah the other day in Salt Lake City. So the assistant coach from Gonzaga was there. So we sit there and we're chilling, sitting right next to him, watching the game, we chopping it up. I gave him and I always take 3 or 4 with me on the road because I know I'm gonna see a couple of college coaches. I just give it to them. They give them something to read on the plane. So I give him the cheat sheet book. I mean the magazine, and guess what he say? He looked at the college section, turned to page 8. He say, "Oh, this is your pre-transfer portal, huh?" That's what he called it. This is the pre-transfer portal. The list of all those college kids from the state of Texas on these Division I rosters. And I started laughing like, wow, a lot of coaches, they actually look at it like that. That gives them a note of some of the kids they may have recruited that's going elsewhere, and that may be in that portal soon. They have guys, basketball season. Remember, their final exams for colleges was last week. They're for high school this week. So the portal is lighting up already. Think about it. We didn't chime in on it last week, but how you think it's working? Master P's son went
He
to
gone like a
Tennessee
turkey.
State.
He been there. Talking about the medical facilities wasn't good. You got Meharry Hospital right there next to the school. One of the best medical schools in the world, man. Something wasn't right about that, but keep on going. Y'all can believe in that old Master P stuff, but keep going. Someone right about that, Jimmy. Something right about it. But let's talk about some real players.
And so of course, and we're going to give you guys this weekend how you told them you went to the Stratford, and Strake Jesuit game, and it was indeed a nail biter. Went down to the wire. They had a fantastic finish. It went semi-viral. I think Archie may have it out on his social media page. You guys can check it out. Now, I went on Thursday, I was in Phoenix to check out the Montverde and Duncanville game, right? And that game was highly anticipated, and I got there. Sure enough, everybody who was pretty much somebody in the world of amateur basketball covering high school basketball primarily, were present pretty much nationwide. That was the Hoop Hall West is the name of the event. The Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts, their fingerprints is on this event. So it has validity, and it normally annual, and the sneaker executives were there. You had, past and present. You had your agents in the building. You had, everything you needed was there. And your whole row of writers. And that Duncanville game, Montverde jumped out on Duncanville quick, fast, and a hurry in the first quarter. One guy that was sitting in earshot of me, and you could hear him, and he said, "This gonna be a 30-piece." No, Duncanville gets down by 13. I think the score was like 21-8 to Montverde. And they managed to rally themselves together and chip away. And as they did so, next thing you know, it was a ball game. And Duncanville won on the last second shot by Eric Demings. He's an 11th grader who his most valuable offer before this last week, was UT Arlington. His life has changed after that game. Eric Demings will be back next year. And he's a guy that basically put his fingerprints all over that game. I think he scored 24 points, including the game-winning three-pointer. Here's what I'm getting at in this Duncanville game. I've said to you guys many times, when it comes to the United States of America, I'm pushing Texas, because I was there 2 decades ago when there was no roads that were paved for Texas. We had to go and walk through our own bushes and create our own paths on a nationwide scale when it come down to Texas. And first and secondly, you have to realize there's no state in the country, that has 2 cities that are as fruitful as Houston and Dallas. We got you, San Antonio, Austin, Killeen, the ASAC area. We got you, but let's sit this one out right now. Let San Antonio, let Dallas, DFW, and Greater Houston handle this one right here. Once again, you can go and say California, okay, your LA, compare that one to Dallas. Dallas is our Batman right now in Texas for basketball. Houston is the Robin. So you're saying that Oakland and Frisco Bay, the Bay, you want to put that up against Greater Houston? Come on. I got the numbers right here. Anybody that want to. We'll tear that ass up all day long. So you guys don't understand what we're dealing with. So when people come into Texas and Dallas is one trip, Houston's like a whole nother trip. That's more work. And then you got to hear one going against the other when they're inside the parameters of the state. So that's why when it's easy, this ain't my first rodeo. I'm there to knock down some walls that I know that's been put up because I know what done happened in Greater Houston. You got 5 different guys. They each pumping 5 different colors. When them guys from 24/7 or Rivals or ESPN call, and when they call them on the phone and get them on the phone or text message with them, one guy's pumping up the yellow. The other one is pumping up blue. Another one is pumping up red. Another one is saying green is the best. And then the last one is going to say all 4 of them colors is wrong. His purple is the best. So at the end of the day, those guys say, to hell with Houston. They ain't got their shit together. that's the confusion. So then it hurts the growth. And that's why I said last week, you get together 4, you pump them in groups of 4 or in pairs of 2s. Then you get those on the list. The other one, y'all next up. I got you. You coming next up. Just hold tight. Now, meanwhile, the ones that you put on that list got to be shining. If they stinking, then they ain't gonna listen to you. It's gonna sit you. You're gonna sit the next one out. It's gonna hurt the next guy. That's why it's so important. Hada, do you remember just a couple of years ago, Houston we had Chooks Issa Tour in the top 25 in the country. ESPN, they got pissed off because somebody done sold them some bad dope. So they ain't listening to Houston right now no more for a time. So my job when I went to Phoenix, and how do you notice I had a couple of orders of business on the line. Meet with some guys and talk with some guys so that way that I know that I've been knowing for years. Because the phone is different. I need to look you in your eyes. So I met with Eric Bossi. He knows what's about to come in Houston. You're going to be all right. I met with Ronnie Flores again with the Fab 50s. He knows it's going to be all right. I met with the guys at Rivals. Also met and talked with even with Tony Dorado, who's like an uncle to me. That's the scholastic part of the business. Met with him about stuff. Met with Stovall about some stuff. That's for the betterment of our area. Because now I had to remind them, you've been listening to these other guys for the last 3 years. How in the hell is that getting our city? I remind them, when the last time if I called you and told you to put this guy on the list? I remind them, it's been years since I did that. I used to do it all the time. And H-Town was hot. I took my hand off the steering wheel. I'm sorry, Houston. I did that on purpose because they made me believe that everybody riding the same bicycle. So I took my hands off and let's see. I took my hand, kept them on the steering wheel. You know how you use your feet, put them on the crankshaft, on the frame, like, and I want to see if they can paddle this bike. Fooling the hell out of y'all. And because a lot of guys know they want, a lot of guys want that have not to be a have. And it comes at the expense of a guy that's already a have. Instead of letting the have go on through the race. Let them go on and run. And that's what's happening. So now I had to make these guys become consciously aware that I haven't been. Remember, didn't I used to give you names? I give my names to the college coaches because I was led to believe that's what you guys wanted your babies to get scholarship offers or get recruited. Make up your mind. So all of my energy goes toward the college coaches. Mine. I'm not going to speak for the next guy.
So what made you come back? What made you change your mind? It's something. What hit you and said, man, these dudes ain't getting this stuff done. I let them. What was the catalyst that said, okay? What was the straw to break the camel's back? What was the thing that made you say, man, I didn't let these the pretenders. Let me get these pretenders out the way and get them out the way. Coach, sometimes you just got to let people tatty draws. What you said, you got to let people tatty draws, right? So what made you come back?
Well, I got a couple of phone calls, okay. and one of them in particular, you can feel the hurt in the parents' voice as I was telling him that and breaking it down. My thing was, when people make choices, and there's often consequences if the choice isn't favorable. So when you're going and you're making these choices to go and align yourselves with certain people, to support certain people, and your reason is you believing that their bandwidth can get your music through certain set of speakers or to certain ears, and that's okay. But then in time you will learn that what you thought was real was gold medal flour. And then you come back like that, and that parent will say, hey, man, I understand. And but can you help? And
Anyway,
my thing is, well, it wasn't so much can you help me? It was can you help the city? And then of course, I give my sermon to remind them of all these years and how you guys sit back and you sit back idly, nonchalantly, and watch people come through one by one, silently and some publicly, attacking a guy who had been leading you, the city, and connecting you through to the masses fluently, to make you think that I'm washed up, don't know what I'm doing.
I ain't know you.
They
I ain't
give
heard the
up.
washed up part.
Oh yeah, they
I ain't heard the washed up part. Okay.
And as we said earlier, I think Buff was watching. I said earlier, we talked about the same. You think about it. Dude said Savion Flag was one and done. Said Savion Flag was one and done. That was supposed to be your. Everybody has a claim to fame. So back to this other stuff about the city. This is about the city now. And in order to help Houston, it was the perfect time because the diversion was DFW, Duncanville is making the noise. So remember, if you win enough, people have to pay attention. The whole United States was paying attention to Duncanville on Thursday. A lot of people did not want Duncanville to win, and many of them didn't think they had a chance to win. I was really shocked. This was before the game started. After the game was over, that's when you saw the videos, and you saw the video. That was rare, instant footage of me expressing my support and my joy for a Texas-based team of high school kids to go to a neutral soil and kick some more ass. So now, guess what happens now? Those meetings, which 3 of them took place after the game, they got to listen now. Because know what everybody want to know after the game? Eric Dimmons. How the hell Eric Dimmons ain't nobody else offering him recruiting him now? So now, see, you got the attention. Well, guess what? Y'all gonna notice. You're noticing him now, and guess what? We got some more in Texas, just like him. And by the way, so I mean, you go and that's the thing. That's the thing. So now I know how to get and have these conversations. I've been in these rooms before. You're talking to a guy who's been in the rooms on national selection committees, who've been in the room, just like them guys can tell you. I can only tell you so much about playing the game of basketball. That ain't my point. I'm a baseball guy. I can tell you how to ride the bench in basketball. So just like that, I could tell you how it goes in these rooms. You remember when Alan Branch came on, had a few months ago, we were at the Pangos camp and they were selecting the all-stars. And then I got Alan Branch. Alan Branch said, where you going? I said, I'm going to go up here to the room. They for to make the selections. We need to go up there right now. You better come on with me. Alan Branch knows what's going on. He come up there with me and he sees me vouchering and making a defense for a lot of our Texas guys. That's why if you go back and look at the roster of the Pangos camp in Vegas and count the Texas kids who made the all-star teams. They've never had that many Texas kids make the all-star game in the history of Pangos. That's what it takes. I know how to be in the room and how to be in that room and talk to those guys. Those guys know me. They respect me. I give them respect. But at the same time, ain't many like us in the room. Ain't many that look like us in the room. So when you get in that room in a certain language, you got to talk to them without making them realizing that they don't know the culture and the fabric of some of our kids. That were people that did not like Arterio Morris. Couldn't stand his game. But then you're going to stand his game because you don't realize the road that this young man have to travel. This straight out the mud type kid. Adam, most of our top players in Greater Houston live in the suburbs. Let that soak in. This how the dynamic then changed. Say it again. Since you guys want to go there, share the show right now. That's what you might need to do. Share the show. Most of our top players, I just put it like this, they don't live in our urban, they don't attend our urban schools. Because there are apartments pretty much everywhere. They don't attend our urban schools. Most of our top basketball players in Houston. So we understand that Dallas, that ain't the same in Dallas.
You know,
A lot of their top players are attending DISD schools on a continuous level. Not everybody. I say a lot of them.
and I'm glad you're saying this, Jimmy, because I never forget this weekend I saw a tweet by Lupe. He said we go at it. Lupe Nunez, Austin Nunez's dad. He said we go at it each summer, all spring and summer. Go at it each other all spring and summer program. Players fighting for supremacy. To see the support Duncanville basketball had from all of Texas was special that night. Wasn't but 6 or 7 of y'all out there, but they said all of y'all. He saw the genuine adulation and the genuine thing. All of y'all being able, you, the Stacey Houstons, Corey Barker, everybody. It was Texas against everybody, and I know it's hard because like you said, Jimmy, it's deep rooted. It's deep rooted in the prison system and all of that kind of stuff. I don't even want to go through that again, but it was just unbelievable that I got a reason to cheer for Duncanville, but I'm cheering for Duncanville when I cheered for him last year. I cheer when Texas is doing something. Though it makes everybody talk about my state. It's the state we live in. I mean, we can't, right now it's Dallas. So guess what? All of us, like, you remember I asked the question, when Duncanville come down here, how many people going to cheer for Duncanville? Somebody said, I just can't do it. I said, okay, all right. It's all right. But it's unique, man. It's Jimmy. It's different. I'm watching y'all work this stuff, man. This stuff, parents. This stuff ain't. That's why I always take my hat off. I always take my hat off to you, Doug, Jeffrey Day, and Gary Carter and Bobby Benjamin. Y'all doing something that I'm not gonna do. Y'all go and sit in these gyms. Jimmy, you travel out of the country, out of town. See, only way I'm gonna travel out of town is I'm going to pick up a check. You going out of town trying to make, for me, I got to have a client there and the mama talking about, hey man, I want you to come see my son. I'm on the plane. Cause that's work. But the job that y'all do, man, and I know people be giving y'all, and I give y'all hell sometimes. I just do it but I respect what each and every last one of you guys do. How the hell I'm going to know about Keanu Dawes to even go watch him play if you didn't tell me to go watch him play? I'm listening to a coach tell me how you validated PJ, a Power 5 coach telling me, Power 7 coach telling me how you validate PJ Haggerty. How you validated him. But some people will have word to come on this show and tell me, y'all, we don't talk about PJ enough on the show. We talking about him where it matters. You follow me? I'm telling you, a college coach came to me. Jimmy didn't know me and this coach talking. He just told me, man, I had to have him. When Jimmy validated him. I said, okay. Guess what? I ain't never seen that on Twitter. I ain't never seen that on Facebook. You know, only place I've heard that on the Chop Shop because I the one said it because the coach talked to me. So it's just, man, we got I'm telling y'all, we on the cusp of something great. And Jimmy, you can step in at any minute. We just got too many people out here running their damn mouth who ain't got. Jimmy, you got a vested interest. You got think about this. This what get to me, Jimmy. You got a business that promote you take out your time, your wife's time to do something like this. Jimmy, you gotta look at this, Jimmy. To put out this magazine. You got events, you got the Ruck on the Wood, you and Doug, Doug, they sit there all day and watch these kids. But you got people that's on Twitter ain't doing nothing to this, ain't doing nothing for nobody, just running their damn mouth and in the way. What you call it? They just Twitter, they Twitter hounds. What do you do for this community and these kids? And you always want to sit back and second guess what these guys be doing. Maybe I'm just getting sick of it because I know the work that these guys have put. I couldn't sit in no game. Thank y'all for telling me about. I wouldn't have never, Jimmy. I probably wouldn't have never seen Keno Dawes play if you and Teddy didn't get in a spar about it. And I love how y'all did that. Y'all did it respectfully. Teddy, we still can't. If I get him in, I got to get him in. If I get him in, that's all you were saying. You didn't say how good he wasn't. Mm-hmm. You said we got to get these guys in first.
Get them guys in.
Because guess what? The people around the country have been talking about these guys. I know I can knock them off. I sit back and went and saw this boy, and I just told Jimmy he the best player I've seen. And I done seen all them guys, them 4 guys. But guess what? But it ain't his turn yet. That was just Robert Hatter seeing something. I see something, like I told y'all, if everything goes right, you got to hear me on this one because I don't want y'all twisting my damn words around. Everything goes right for this kid, Keno Dawes. Keno Dawes. He can be a pro. He always got the size, he already can pass, he got the chance to be pro. Now I can't say that about every player. If everything go right, they ain't got a chance. But I just saw something I haven't seen in a high school player when I saw him. That's not to say, but guess what? Then I look at Jimmy's book. He's in the range. He's 1 to 15. He's in the range. 1 to 15 can interchange at any damn time. All you got to do is go back and look at history. Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So, absolutely. Jimmy, you can get us out of here, man. I just wanted to share that with people. Because I saw this guy, man. I didn't even know about Anthony Black, Jimmy, until this summer. But these guys, man, that boy, let me shout out to him because we ain't shouted out to him today. That man, Duncanville and that coaching staff out there, David Peavy and that crew, how they managing that talent. Jimmy, you was talking about Eric Demmons. Eric Demmons, before he went out there and hit that damn shot. Ain't nobody said that. You was saying, I'm telling them. I ain't heard nobody tweet that.
And you know what they're saying? And they realize people, I've had several people ask me, well, man, because that means, I guess, sometimes people can be looking but not paying attention. And then also, parents goes in cycles of 3s and 4 years at a time, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and the next 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So people don't realize that I've been hitting this barrel. I've been beating this bass drum for the state of Texas.
Right.
You remember when Marcus Smart, you guys remember when Marcus Smart played with Texas Assault? And that team was a high school team, right? Mm-hmm. From the DFW area, Flower Mound Markers, basically that whole team was the grassroots team, and they went and won the Adidas championships with that high school team, the 16 and unders. I'm beating the table for them because that's Texas. And that's the thing. And so it's funny is because, you guys, this ain't just start doing this. So then one guy go out to Dallas and tweet out a couple of kids' name. That ain't the same. Let me tell you why it ain't the same. Because once you become anointed and I'm pushing for you, I'm rooting for you as well. But I'm not going to be pushing you if you're not performing. That's the difference that a lot of people do. Because once they get locked in with you, they're locked in. The parents, they're going to love you. So they're going to show you love. You might get a few amenities. You might get a few luxuries here and there. You might get an extra piece of cheese on your burger. But then when they ain't producing no more, you're going to feel real dirty then. Because what do you say? You're going to try to make us believe that our eyes saw what we didn't see, that when he got shut out or he in a funk or he didn't score this or he can't win this and he can't do this, and all of a sudden now it's everybody else's fault. But that's why I tell you, be careful. If we take our time and evaluate properly, and I keep telling you guys, and you guys know it, they know it. When they see me out there in them gyms, they know. They see me with these. I only use this when I'm attending a game that I know I'm going to be there from start to finish. So there are a lot of games I'm going to see there for 2 quarters, and I know I'm probably going to watch 2 quarters, I'm gone. Of a game that doesn't have a lot of substance and it's a key matchup, I need to chart. I call it charting that game. If it's just one side, I'm not going to pretty much waste the time of charting the game when a player that I've seen and evaluated before. But I always invite you guys, pay attention to what everybody is doing in the gyms who's supposed to be evaluating your babies. That's all I got to tell you. See, I got them all over my desk. Got them all over right here. Look,
I didn't see
a whole crew of them. Look,
another.
Look, that's one. Another one. That's another. Look, another one. Overtime game. That's Seed King and Seal. Another one. And you know what I do? I keep these things. I got a whole stack of them over there from games. That's just this year. What I do, I keep them so that way when people get to talking that shit 2 months from now, I can go back in my files and I screenshot this and send it to your cell phone. I was there on this night, so be careful now. How you telling me how good little Johnny is? And that's the whole thing about this stuff. You can get there. There are schools. The system the process can work for you guys, no matter who your kid is. But you ain't gonna trick the process with me.
And your kid got to be good too. If your kid ain't that good, man, ain't nobody musicians out here. Doug is not a musician. Jim is not a musician. Jeffrey Day, we can't say abracadabra and your kid gonna be good. When he go to these events, like that little boy didn't know I was showing up at that event. Ken Udall. That when I walked in, I didn't see him but a half, ladies and gentlemen. But I saw him go down the court 2 times and knew he was the best player in the damn building. And Posey was on the other team. The best player in the building. It don't take long because this what I do. If he good, he's good. Ain't no magic wand to this thing, man. Because guess what? They got to go to college. And boy, that's a whole nother damn animal. How you got to perform in college. But okay. Jimmy, get us out of here, man.
Yeah, we get out of here. Lastly, I'll leave you guys with some news. I think somebody asked me, and this is the breaking news from the hearing of Anthony Black this morning. And you get it right here on the Chop Shop. As always, the judge, she's a female who heard the case this morning. It lasted about 3 hours, 3+ hours, 3+ hours as expected. Both sides presented their defenses or whatnot, their evidence or their intangibles or their sides, so to speak, in legal terms. And the judge has made a decision that she will take a couple of days before making a ruling on this landmark case. In the state of Texas, this is a landmark decision. And a lot is at stake. Yeah. And so a couple of days, meaning that this is final exam week. I don't think that Duncanville plays any games this week. They're off. Football team will play Saturday against North Shore. Yes, we'll talk North Shore football as we do. We're gonna talk we're gonna pump them, put some air in those tires on tomorrow. And as we go into Wednesday as well, because it's signing day. But if you just tune in, the judge has announced in the hearing of Anthony Black and his eligibility, this was a restraining order that was filed, and they're seeking a temporary injunction, which would enable him to play the rest of the season with Duncanville. The judge has ruled that she will make a decision in the next few days. At the latest, it would be Monday, and it could be as soon as Thursday. But at the latest, it would be on Monday.
Jimmy, that's a good sign for Anthony Black. If the judge want to look at this case a little longer, because if the judge already made her mind made up, Jimmy, she could have ruled. She already said, well, man, this dude, something is sticking in this woman that she really got to go and really, really look at this thing. And because if it would have been a quick judgment would have been for the, like they said, for the UIL. But when she's saying she got to go look at this stuff, Jimmy, because she know, you know the reason she got to take time, she know this going to take precedent. This going to be a case that everybody going to go and look at. Just like they do in the Supreme Court. This case going to set precedents. So guess what? Everybody who going to fight this stuff from now on, they going to use this case as a benchmark. So Guess what? Very important. Shout out to her. I can't, that judge, whoever she is, I hope she ruled in this kid's favor. And I just really, really hope, because a lot of kids haven't had the chance. A lot of people didn't have the wherewithal. I mean, a lot of people just didn't challenge it like this. A lot of people ain't challenging like this. They shout out to Anthony Black, his mom, and coach.
Herb say the judge need time for that wire transfer to hit her account. No, man. Trust me, this is small potatoes for the judge on the skating thing, but that is a funny comment. Yeah, shout out to the parents, man. I can only imagine how stressful that could be as to keep reliving this stuff and to keep having your business, publicized in public hearings as such, man. But that's pretty much it, man. We get on up out of here, and we'll get you guys on tomorrow. We want to thank everybody for tuning to the Chop Shop. Hope you got something out of the deal. Out of this show. A lot of great convo today. Spread the word about the Chop Shop. On your way out the door, we're going to ask you to share the show to your pages, to your group.
You see what they Rod Wells said, UIL versus Black.
Man, I hope he can win this thing. Know,
Jimmy, Melvin Dudes, you ain't lying, boy. That lawyer on Tyreek guy, the rapper, that's my favorite dude on TV right now. What's the dude's name?
He Method Man?
Wait a minute, Method Man. Yeah, Method Man. Oh,
he the lawyer on there. Okay.
He the baddest thing walking, Jimmy. He the baddest thing walking, Jimmy. Jimmy, he tell the girl, I need $1 million retainer. I need $1 million before you even talk to me. I said, I like him. Yeah. But let's get out of here, man. What is
Yeah,
that? I
man,
got his name on there, but guy, you finna make me go watch it again tonight. Or make me go watch Davis McClain. That's his damn name. Davis McClain. Bad Mama Jamma, Jimmy. Jimmy, you ain't
Oh,
you
man.
Jimmy, Tyreek. I used to hate it. I love Tyreek now. Tyreek is ghost. Tyrese is ghost now. That's my man now. But Jimmy,
Well-
Whataburger this weekend and everything. So we'll talk about that later this week. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, man. And so we'll get on up out of here, guys. Thanks so much. Make sure you share the show on your way out the door. Thank you guys for tuning to the Chop Shop. We'll see you guys in 22 hours. Peace. We up out of here, man. Chop Shop.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.